It's Alicia and I'm Adventures in Stitching on Instagram, and this is my first video. I thought I'd do a WIP parade because why not? It's the start and you can see what all I've been up to. I just started back into cross stitching about a year ago, and I learned when I was like 6 or 7 from my grandma. I was really bored at her house and she was stitching on a Precious Moments thing, like from a booklet, and then my mom started in and I was like, well, why not? Teach me how to do it. So I think it took me a long time, but I finally finished a Precious Moments, and then I kind of dropped it and I did like those little tiny, I don't know, they're like this big, just little ones. I probably did 2 or 3 of those when I was like 10. And then I'm the kind of person where I tend to get more crafty in the winter time, like when it's all cozy, so I'll crochet or knit. But cross stitch kind of like was always there. I just never got very far with it. So fast forward about 20 years and I'm here, and I think floss tube is the reason that I've sort of fallen in love with it again, because the options and possibilities are endless, and like being kind of new to everything, the full coverage world was like this giant rabbit hole that I fell into, and I haven't come out yet. So yeah, I love browsing online for new patterns and artwork, and kind of on the hunt for a few that I don't think are out there yet, but you know, there's a chance that I might, I don't know, figure out how to do my own chart. But I am really excited to be here, happy to join in on the fun and the club and get to talk to you all and, you know, follow each other's journeys and cheer each other on and encourage each other. I know cross stitching for me is therapeutic. It's like calms me and kind of brings balance back into the chaos that is life. I was trying to explain to my husband why it's so fun to connect with all of you on Instagram and everything, and I think it's because you're my people and we're all introverts, most of us, and we still need interaction. It's just on our own terms, and we're all really kind, nice, patient people to be able to basically color at a snail's pace. Like, if you think about it, the artists paint these things probably, you know, takes them a week to just make sure like a week of hours, 40 hours or so, to make sure everything looks the way they want it to and call it done. For us, 40 hours may get you to 5% on a project. So it's funny to me how it is enjoyable, like so enjoyable that if I'm doing other things and it's like a fun choice hobby kind of thing, I'd much rather be stitching than whatever that activity is, which kind of probably plays into needing to be more active. I'm trying to go on more walks. I joined a gym so I can get some movement in, but that's a whole nother hobby for me, a whole nother sideline, but I love fitness stuff. I'm just trying to get back into that. So let's see, should I start with my oldest, my first? My mom finally got it for me for Christmas, and they're discontinued now, and most of you probably know this, but this is the Thomas Kincaid Disney Dreams collection, Cinderella Wishes Upon a Dream. I always say star, but it's a dream. And this one, I think it was 2017, but I may not have started it then. I started working in the middle like they tell you to, and then I learned what parking was, and that changed everything for me. So I started in here and then worked my way to where I was over at the edge, and then I started kind of doing it more systematically because it was chaos. I was like, how do people do this? And I didn't even know that it was called confetti, but basically 1 to 2 stitches in one color. It was driving me mad. I was trying to do it in a way that didn't make me stress out or miscount. And when I learned about gridding and parking and all of that, I just flew through it. This is what I'm doing at the moment. Now, I did a whole other section, but I don't feel like pulling it out. Let's see. Here we go. I got this whole 25% top corner done, and I'm working on the other side of the pattern. So the halfway line is right here, and I'm basically this far from being done with 50%. This one I want to fly through, I want to finish it, but then I don't. Like, I want it to last forever, but then I think I'm also one of those people that's like, I need to see a finish to feel motivated. So I guess you could say I'm kind of like half process, half finish type person, because I really enjoy the process, but I also really want to make accomplishments happen. And some of you on Instagram may know this already, but I basically got to the bushes before I figured out what this was. I was like, why would they chart a blue blob in the rainbow, like in the sky? It makes no sense, but I'm sure now you can tell. But when you're stitching it, sometimes it's not until after the fact that you're like, that's the fairy godmother. And it's all glittery too. I was like, duh. So that's fun. That's, I think, probably one of my favorite things about full coverage stitching is sometimes the image that you've stitched doesn't show up until you've stitched a surrounding area. And oh, it's so fun. Next. Okay, so I'm guessing that anyone who has been kind of new has made this mistake, and I've made it twice now, because I bought these at the same time, but I think they're rip-off patterns on Etsy, although I'm not exactly sure if this one was ever really made, but I think the copyright should go to Thomas Kincaid, and it doesn't. And I'm not sure if I have the cover photo for this. I'll have to figure out how to edit photos in, since I'm using my phone to record this. I should have thought of that. That's like the main thing of floss tube is this is what it's gonna look like now, when it's done, and this is what it looks like now. Oh well. Fabric is super dirty because also did not know about grime guards and keeping your hands clean, and I learned on this project. So, oh, by the way, the Cinderella one, the Disney Dreams, I'm using everything from the kit. I know some people like to swap out the fabric, but I actually really love the Aida in this. It's really soft, and if you have to do fractional stitches, which I think there are a lot of, it's easy to pierce through the stitches, the threads in the fabric. It's like, it's really soft and pliable. It really feels like a nice soft cotton. So if you ever go to do one of these kits, maybe try it out and see what you think, like maybe the first 100 stitches, and if you don't like it, then you can swap it out. But I would say, unless you already know you hate Aida, go ahead and use what they provided, because it's pretty good stuff. Okay, so this has a couple different names, but it is Mickey and Minnie with a Cottage by a Lake. think maybe one of them is Seaside Cottage or something, but this is how far I've gotten. And I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have 4.5 pages done, and it might be like a 20-page thing. Can you see that? I have Mickey's hand. That was super exciting to get to Mickey's hand right here. And then there's a little bit of his little belly shorts area. And then his shoe. The shoe was really fun. The shading was perfect on that. The sky went super quick, so that was a good one to start with. But if you can see, I have some sideways column lines. I don't know how I did that, because most of the time when people have column lines, they're vertical. But I have horizontal ones. So also, I did not know that was going to be a thing. But they're not that obvious. Here. Like, it might even just be where I had the Q snap. I don't know. But, like, look how pretty that is. See the dirt? That's not gonna show when it's done. But look how, I mean, that's really cool. It's really fun. And the little sailboat, I was so excited. I was like flipping out. My husband came in right when I got this done. I was like, look, the sailboat! I didn't even know that was there. I'm dramatic. And it shows. He's like, yeah, okay, honey. Another reason to start a floss tube, if you've ever thought about it. One of the reasons that I'm doing it is because husbands aren't as excited sometimes as you need them to be your cheerleaders, because this is an extremely emotional investment sometimes. And when you hit something exciting like a shoe, they go, mm-hmm, yeah, that's cool, good job. But we're like, Mickey! So, and also, this is another needle minder from Sandra's Stitch Stash. They're really affordable, $3, $4. So if you're getting something from there, just grab a needle minder, because they're already affordable. You might as well get it with your shipping. So, and then I thought I'd show floss organization, because I think every project I'm doing a different one, because I'm trying to find my thing. So these are the Paco or Paco, I think Paco. These are nice, but they're bulky, and if you have them on the couch or wherever your stitching corner is, it's really hard to read the symbols whichever way this is sitting, and you never really know which one to pick with the colors. So maybe I should have labeled them, like here. I labeled them so that it shows the bottom row right side up, but maybe I should have labeled them to where whichever way it's right side up, both of them are facing the same direction. I might redo that, because that's one of the reasons I don't like this method for a large, like, many color full coverage. So this looks like it's about 70, 80 colors. So it's like an average Hade kind of thing. So there's that one. Right, so third project, also from an Etsy seller. I don't think you can legally buy or sell this anymore, because if you're like me and you're kind of new to this, you have missed out on when Heaven and Earth Designs and Tilton Crafts had the licensing for this. Kind of mad about it, because those charts are beautiful. Anyways, this is a map of Middle Earth from Lord of the Rings. And this one I like to do when it's like my mind is too overtaxed to think like and focus on a whole lot of different colors, whole lot of counting and all of that, because there's only a few colors. hang on, got parked threads everywhere. So it's in the hoop still. That's probably the main rule that I break constantly. I hate taking these out and putting them back in. So this is probably 2 to 3, definitely on the 3rd page. And it's gonna be like that big. Whoa. Wrinkle galore. No, I don't iron either. So there's that. This one's super fun, and I'm doing this as a gift for my brother. He's a huge Lord of the Rings fan, probably more, definitely more than I am. Every year he gets together with his friends and he does the extended version movie marathon. So they have to schedule in bathroom and food breaks because those are the longest breaks they get. Sometimes they'll just order pizza and have their wives bring it into them. I'm not that crazy, but I wanted to stitch some gift for him, and I thought I was a quicker stitcher than I am because I had only 3 projects at the time. This was my 3rd. Now I have like 8 WIPs. And so now the goal is to be able to gift it to him by the time he turns 40, or for his 40th birthday. He's 36 now, so I feel like that gives me a good cushion in case I take longer than I think. I have a lot more goals, a lot more things I want to work on a lot. Can I say a lot? A lot. So that's hopefully going to get done. Oh, I haven't told you fabrics. The Mickey and Minnie one is 25 count iridescent, that or opalescent, the sparkly Lugana. I probably shouldn't have picked that because you can't see the sparkle when you're done with the full coverage, but you know, that's a beginner's faux pas. And then the Lord of the Rings is 27 count Linda. That one's really nice. The holes are nice and big. It's an even weave, but you know, Linda only comes in 27 count, so beware of that if you want. And then this is my 4th WIP. And this one, Flossabilities. She's a big advocate for Chris Dunn artwork, and she made me fall in love with it. I know she made several others, like really knows him, but it's from Pain Free Crafts. And I jumped in on the stitch along, the mystery stitch along, and the reason I did that was because it's a Chris Dunn artwork for Wind in the Willows, and it's sort of like a, I don't know, a thing of a lot of different characters. It's not full coverage, but there are parts that are full coverage. This thing is huge. I did not expect such a large stitch along. This is going to take years, not 1 year. They release a section per month up until December of this year. I'm still in the middle of part 2, and I started when I was supposed to in January. So it's gonna take a while, to say the least. But again, this is another one. I'm so sorry. It's still in the hoop. I should have taken it out, but I'm getting ready to stitch on it soon, so I don't want to mess it up. But the border, I've never frogged anything more in my life than for this border. I could not count for anything. I was miscounting all over the place and having to rip it out. It was like every time I made forward progress, it was like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. So when I finally finished this border, oh my goodness, I was celebrating. I almost cried. So, but it's huge. This is like 32 count, and I'm doing it 2 over 2 because they warned you there were going to be a lot of fractional stitches. Can't talk. I haven't gotten to the part yet where they do that, but I did see there's a character that almost all of him is fractional, so I'm glad I went with the linen. But look at the bunny! I love this bunny! So she's supposed to be sitting in a window seat inside a house. She's got a little cute pink dress on and she's reading. Oh my goodness, I fell in love. I love bunnies. I want one so bad, but we travel so much and we can take our dog where we travel. So you can't take a bunny with you. So anyways, this is as close as I'm gonna get to having a real bunny rabbit. But she's so cute. Look at her eye and that ear. So I am working, this is the bottom of the pattern so far. I think there's a little bit more that's supposed to come out, maybe like an under border, I don't know. But this has been fun. I'm doing cross country, but in a controlled way. Like I want to work my way to where up here is completely filled in and then work my way down. So I guess you could say it's kind of like Stitch and Mommy's typewriter method, but it's a little more loose. Like I'm not selecting stitches right next to each other. I'm kind of going by my mood, but I do definitely want to work from up here down. That's helping a lot because I do like to systematically do things, but have freedom at the same time to change it up. This one has been a joy, and this is in a WIP Go goal. This is WIP Go goal number 9 for me for June. I did my first WIP Go goal already, and I'll show you that next. So I can't remember the start dates on all of these except for this year. Like the Stitch Along, I started January 17th or something because I was waiting for the fabric to come in. Next. Now I can't remember if I started this one for, I think I did. Let's do this one. Now I know why you guys say this is not necessarily in chronological order because you can't remember exactly which order you started everything. I get it. I get it. This one has been, I don't want to cry, but I might. It has been almost like a quiet time for me. It's very special. I started it on Easter Sunday this year. I think that was April 17th. It's His Name is Jesus. It's from Joyful Expressions. I did my own color conversion. Can you see that? There you go. I saw Kirsten from 23 Flavors of Stitching do this. And then when I joined Instagram, I saw 2 or 3 other people do it, and all of their colors that they picked are just beautiful. It just struck a chord with me. We bought a mobile home that was like a fixer-upper on land in Florida for when we go there in the winter. And I went kind of bohemian, you know, industrial with it. And I wanted to hang this up down there because I don't have any decorations down there yet. So this is how far I got. I work on this on Sundays. It's my Sunday stitch. I'm saving His Name is Jesus, the center part. I'm saving that for the end. I feel like it'll be a big, like, monumental thing. I'm working my way. Let's see here. I got the 2 top pages done. There are 4 pages in this pattern, and I'm just gonna work my way down and around. Sorry, it's all rolled up like a scroll. But yeah, Kirsten helped me a lot with picking my colors and picking my fabric. So props to you, girl. It worked. It looks so good. I'm so happy with it. But each time I stitch one of the names, I just get this feeling that I'm growing closer to God, and it's almost like healing. And then doing it on Sundays, your brain is kind of already there when you're going to church and you stitch on this, and it just brings a calm. One of the memories I have that's probably more special to me than you would care for, but this Prince of Peace, I was feeling so anxious and uptight and stressed out the day I started this. And as soon as I got to peace, the P on peace, I felt such a calm. Like it just washed over me and I was just like, yes, that's exactly why Jesus has so many names, because he embodies all of this. One man, one God, and he's got all these names, and it's 100% true. So, like, Emmanuel, Redeemer, Messiah, it's just amazing. So if you've been wanting to, this pattern is free if you sign up for the newsletter on joyfulexpressions.com. So I love that. And actually on that website, if you need inspiration or you want to do different colors than they have on the pattern, because they have a blue version and a pink or mauve version, they have a section on their website dedicated just to people who send in emails of the pictures of their finishes of this pattern. I have seen every range under the sun. I've seen it where the center is black and they do red for all the others. That's really pretty. I've seen them do black fabric with red and white, or black and white. Red and white on black. Beautiful. But then there's also a summery one where it's like watermelon, lime, sky blue, and it's just really pretty if you have like a teenager or something, or you want to do it for your church or something. It's a lot prettier. But I felt like this is my color scheme for that mobile home that we have. I'm doing charcoal gray and a rust. We have we found some furniture from Facebook down there that is that cognac leather couches. And then I'm doing like some macrame hanging plants, and I'm trying to think. I think the end tables I did in a charcoal, and then the outside's gonna be charcoal and cedar, and then there's like a cedar room. So this all together, I think is just gonna look beautiful, and hopefully I find a good frame for it and actually fully finish it when I'm done, because I am notorious for just finishing and putting it away. I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that does that, I'm sure. But it's always nice to be able to have things up on your wall where you can enjoy it. So that's that one. And then this one has been a really fun like distraction piece for me. I kind of just pull it out when needed, but it was on my WIP Go call this month, so I got to focus on it a little more. But it's Star Wars, and this one is Luke and Princess Leia. That glare gets ya. There's literally no good angle for this. Hopefully you can see that. This is my favorite one. They have about 4 different images of the Star Wars line by Dimensions and Disney. But this one was my favorite because it's Luke and Leia and they look triumphant and all of that. And then you got Darth Vader. And I didn't notice it when I bought it, but you got C-3PO and R2-D2 in there too. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. I got that on sale at Hobby Lobby, but I think it's pretty cheap on Amazon. So I think I got it at an Amazon price, but at Hobby Lobby. Uh-oh. Threads caught on the needle. Okay. So I started in the center, and I completely got the entire lower, what is that? The lower left-hand corner? I am left-handed, so this left hand feels like my right hand. So I'm constantly turning the wrong way when GPS tells me, turn right here. I turn left. That's just how it is. I've always been that way since I was a kid, and I doubt it'll ever change. I try really hard to go, okay, left, right, left, right. Anyways, bottom left. I got that part done, except the back stitching. This, I barely had to count. I just kind of went off of the grid. Can you see that? So easy, guys. This one's really easy. These are all half stitches. I think the thickest I've had to deal with so far is 4 strands, half stitch. It wasn't too bad. It's, you definitely don't want to do it if you have like slippery or sweaty fingers, because you can't grip the needle, but it's not a battle, it's not a struggle. Now, I have one critique. This might be to the Dimensions designers, I'm not sure. I do not like the skin color they chose for her leg. Why is that orange? It's like the color of the rust red dirt. No one's leg is naturally orange. Like, it's a bad self-spray tan. That's what she has. She has a really bad spray tan. Anyways, I really like how the shading for the town, I can't remember what town that is. Leave in the comments what town they're in, what city, because I can't remember what it is. I don't know. So yeah, this one's fun. Started this on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. There is a Darth Vader of this, and I thought, oh, how fun would it be to start that one the next day for Revenge of the 5th. But I did not have the mental capacity to do so, and I don't know, we weren't in town. It wasn't convenient to go pick one up, and I didn't plan for it, so whatever. You know. Alright, we're putting that away later. Okay. We're on to most recent starts as of this last month. I joined the Owl Forest Embroidery free mystery stitch along for 2022 that they just released 2 weeks ago. And I decided, along with Brown Eyed Stitcher Suki, I'm so sorry. Are you the Brown Eyed Stitcher? Is that what you're called? Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I'm so sorry. Like, I see you and talk to you every day on Instagram, but I don't know your name yet. Okay. It's true, your brain really does have those weird brain farts when you're on camera. It's funny. Anyways, we decided on our own, without telling each other, that we were gonna stitch this tiny. We decided to do this SAL together, and I think Kirsten from 23 Flavors of Stitching is also doing this, but I'm not sure if she's doing tiny stitching. Anyways, I got the first one done. I didn't say what this is called. It's like the houseplant SAL, I think. So it's gonna be so small and cute. Like the first plant, it's like the size to my second knuckle. It's like 2 inches tall. Wow. Here you go. I flipped the colors of the flowers unintentionally, but I'm okay with it, so I'm not gonna fix it. And then somehow I didn't pick up the medium green, so I just used the dark green, or maybe the lightest green. There's a mid green I was supposed to use, and I don't have that because I decided to use the silky all sewing thread because DMC was just too thick to do a full cross over one. So I found that I got the help from Kaylee Cross Stitch of what type of thread, what weight to get, and she said like 30 to 50 weight and up. And this didn't say what it was, but it looked small enough, and it does work. It's good. I like the coverage. It's not too bulky. Sorry about my nails. There we go. So right in here is a white, and it just completely disappears on this little barely green fabric. It's just gone. I can't see it. So I only did half of it. It's supposed to be like a lace doily shelf or something. I may not do that on any of the others until I figure out like the color scheme, and I might just do a different color, like a baby pink or something. I haven't been able to get to the second plant that they released, which is the fuchsia. I can show you the pattern because it's free. I don't have a magenta. I missed that when I was kitting up, but I don't have a pink that's hot enough, and the other colors just kind of clashed with the red. So I've got to go to the store and pick some silky sewing thread up. But this is what I have it all in, and I was super proud that it worked out. I have this little, I think it's a 4-inch hoop, works perfectly for tiny stitching. I've got all the threads in here that I need, a highlighter for the pattern, and my scissors. And the fabric and the hoop all fit in this, I think it's a photo box. It's great for travel stitching because it's just there. I can fit it in my purse and just go. Only problem with that is it's tiny stitching, and any bump is gonna put you in the wrong thread hole on the fabric. So I have to be stopped to be able to work on it, so it doesn't get much travel stitching when I actually bring it with me. But that's okay because I get to work on it at home anyways. So the next one is probably the reason that I'm starting Floss Tube right now. This one is going to be my pride and joy for the next possibly 10 years. Some of you may already be guessing what I am going to bring up. It's my supersized Max Color, The Grand Library by Amy Stewart from Heaven and Earth Designs. I still have it on my stand, sorry. Look at that! I have like 25, no, I might be closer to 3,000 stitches. Oh my gosh. It's so cool. I'm like, I can't stop staring at it. And Alara and I were talking. I think it's Alara918, I think is your handle. We were talking about how we like to pet the threads. Let me know if we're both weird or if you do that too. But there's just so many and they're so soft. It's like carpet. Yeah, so I've been kind of working on that nonstop for the last week. I started this last week to join in on the Anything Amy SAL from the Stitchketeers. We've got Creatively Yours to Yantina and Jemima and oh, I can't remember all their names, but they all decided, you know what, let's just put all the people who do Amy Stewart designs and we will just have a giant mega stitch along, and it will probably last forever because her designs are incredible, and so many of us are doing supersized max colors or supersized or max colors or regulars, and it's gonna take a long time for any of us to get done with them. But I'm so excited to be in on that. It's like more fun to know that you're not doing it alone. It's such a solo craft that when you get groups together and you get to stitch together, you kind of feel like you're a part of something. And I know that's probably why these are out there anyways, but I think that's all I have. Welcome to everyone because you are all new. If you watched me, we're on day one together. Hopefully I can try to figure out a schedule for, you know, getting some regular updates, but I probably won't be a weekly or on the day of, the hour of, so don't be like scheduling me in on your calendar. Alicia's gonna put up a new video, because I'll probably be one of those random now you see me now you don't kind of people, because it really depends on my life at the moment it's kind of hectic, but I can still pace myself through stitching. I make sure I get some time to stitch every day. So thank you for joining me, and follow me on Instagram at Adventures in Stitching. I am Alicia, and I will see you next time.